Hi, I'm Dean Holland, the Dean of Organic Pregnancy University and Organic Baby University. Since 1980, autism rates have increased from 1 in 10,000 to over 1 in 100. Asthma has increased by 80%. 15% of children have some sort of developmental disability. Allergies, cancers, reproductive system disorders, and other problems in children have increased dramatically. According to the CDC, 1/3 of all children born in the United States in the year 2000 will develop diabetes. Infertility in adults is a rising problem. In the past 50 years, 80,000 new chemicals have been created and dispersed in our environment and bodies, and only 200 have ever been tested for safety in humans. Is there a correlation between the extremely low testing of new chemicals and exponentially increasing rates of disabilities and disorders? Well, the research is starting to show links to some of these chemicals and conditions. So it is no surprise that more future moms are trying to protect their children by reducing chemicals and toxins in their environment by starting with a healthy pregnancy, or even before conception. Chemical exposures in the womb or during infancy can be dramatically more harmful than exposures later in life. According to the World Health Organization, more than 33% of diseases of children under 5 years old are caused by environmental exposures. According to the National Academy of Sciences, in the year 2000, half of all pregnancies resulted in less than healthy babies, and up to 1/3 of the developmental defects in these babies are caused by exposure to toxic chemicals. Did you know that the EPA has determined that infants up to age 2 are, on average, 10 times more vulnerable to carcinogenic chemicals than adults, and for some cancer-causing agents are up to 65 times more vulnerable? Children accumulate up to 50% of their lifetime cancer risk by their second birthday. Today, children are exposed to thousands of substances in the environment, most of which have never been tested for toxicity to children. The implications of this massive experiment in exposure are unknown. Environmental toxins are suspected to be correlated to many disorders that, until recently, have been assumed to be genetic in origin. Asthma and autism are among the disorders that may be linked to environmental toxicants. While genetic factors are thought to account for 10 to 20% of cases of chronic disease in childhood, the majority of causes are unknown. It is strongly suspected that some pediatric diseases are caused, in part, by exposures to environmental toxins. When you find out you are pregnant, your doctor may tell you to avoid alcohol, smoke, and certain types of fish. But what about other things that can potentially harm your baby? What about pesticides and chemicals in the products you use in your home? How do you find out the other things to avoid to protect your baby? Get educated and make simple changes. That's how. There is so much information out there on the news, media, internet, and in books about what you should do and what you should avoid. It can add stress and anxiety to an already nervous mom. I am here to walk you step by step through a course of easy-to-follow, super entertaining videos on how to achieve a more green, organic, healthy pregnancy. The information you will receive is current, comprehensive, and updated often. This website eliminates the need to spend hours reading tons of boring books or furiously researching the internet. I mean, who has time for that? A subscription to this website will also allow you access to the video seminar of your choice for a period of 30 days. The Organic Pregnancy Seminar includes information on your body, your home, your food, and a brief seminar on pre- and post-pregnancy. The Organic Baby Seminar includes your baby's body, food, home, clothing, and toys. The chemicals that you are most likely to be exposed to, where you might find them, and their effects, how to look for these chemicals and search for products that do not contain these ingredients, a list of some products that are free of these chemicals and are safe for you and your baby. And finally, you will have the option to sign up for a monthly newsletter with up-to-date research and discoveries about toxins and chemicals in our environment. Here is a sample of what you will learn in the easy format on this site. Most people don't think much about having fluoride added to their water. It just gives you healthier teeth, right? This chemical surprised me a lot when I first read about it when I was pregnant. After coming across an article about fluoridated water, I was intrigued that in fact it is considered a very toxic chemical. In fact, it is used in rat poisoning. Over 70% of water in the U.S. is fluoridated, and statistics show that kids under 12 average 1.2 less cavities in fluoridated areas than non-fluoridated areas. But the problem is, even the American Academy of Pediatrics and the American Dental Association agree that infants should not be exposed to this chemical at all. Yet babies are prepared bottles with fluoridated water all the time, and babies drink a much higher percentage of water than adults pound for pound. In large doses, fluoride can cause fluorosis, which is discoloration and loss of tooth enamel, as well as skeletal fluorosis, which is joint pain and stiffness and bone fractures. Some studies also point to a possible link between fluoride exposure and osteosarcoma, a type of bone cancer. In one study, boys who drank fluoridated water were 5 times more likely to develop this type of cancer. Even the EPA recommends children under 9 limit their exposure to fluoride. But what parent is counting their child's exposure on a daily basis? Due to the potential dangers of fluoridated water, 17 of 21 Western European countries have either refused or discontinued fluoridation altogether. Is the risk of bone fractures and cancer worth the risk to possibly reduce the number of cavities by 1?